And we're live, and I'm getting set up here. All right, we're in. There's already one person on here. It's like they were. Whoa, you there? Okay, we're back. Ha! All right, I'm gonna put you guys right up here for now. How's it going, folks? That box over there is quite disturbing. Let's let a few people get on here. I'm glad you guys are coming on fairly quickly. We can get this party started fairly quickly here. I'm happy to see everyone tonight. I'm gonna move this box. It doesn't look that good. And by the way, my knee's messed up, so don't be making fun of the way I walk. All right, and I'm back. It's your boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna be, doing my normal, old man eyes, trying to read everything here, but I'm gonna do my best. Cool, we're gonna give everyone a couple minutes to come on. Tonight, we're going to just, kind of freestyle it a little bit. I don't really have a big plan on what we're going to talk about. We are going to give these goggles away right here and a t-shirt. Okay. These are Climb's Viper Off-Road Venom Gray Clear Lens Goggle. They're pretty sweet. I actually worn them. They're pretty good. You guys will like them. Whoever wins. That's going down tonight. And we're going to give this away over at Patreon. If you're one of our Patreons, you're getting goggles, but you've got to become one if you want to win them. You'd only have to, it could cost you $1. $1, okay? You could win goggles for $1. All right, patreon.com/mxfactory. We're trying diligently to grow that community. If you are on here right this second, which 77 people are on right now, so it's getting there, hit that thumbs up button for me so we can send this out to more people, because you know that YouTube algorithm, it makes us beg, right? Man, YouTube's smart. They're the ones making billions of dollars, and we're over here just trying to make a video. They get us to do the work for them. They're like, get them to hit the like button so everyone watches. We'll make all the money. You guys just work for us. Yeah, anyways. All right, let's do some shout-outs. Daniel Dowd. What's up, man? Trooper. Stunt double for Matthew McConaughey? Yeah, getting there. That'd be sweet. All right. Carter, the V12 rider. Really Eric. He's Samsel. High Revs Motocross. Kyle Miller. Wyatt Kinsley. Rock. Carter Guard. Okay. All right. Gabriel. Seb. Michael. Taylor. Q. Mike. All right. We'll shout more out as they come. What's up, Etch? Etch is on tonight. Etch, I'm using your tripod setup that you sent to us, so thank you for that. Hopefully the audio sounds good. How's the audio? It's a big building. It can be echoey. I hope this speaker helps. Is the audio good, guys? Good. Shout me out. Cadence. Good. Audio's good. Audio's great. Okay. Hey, we're making progress. Thanks to Etch690. He's one of our biggest supporters. One of our only echoes if you get loud. Okay, perfect. I'll keep it quiet. I need to angle this down a little bit, right? About there. How's that look? Oh, sorry about my hand. All right. So, we'll be on here for 20-25 minutes tonight. We'll answer some questions. We'll talk a little bit about some of the videos that I've been putting on our Patreon account. If you guys have missed those, we'll kind of brief on those a little bit. What's up, Garrett? Yeah, and we'll just kind of, talk moto. Talk life, talk moto. I'll tell you guys a little bit what's going on in my life right now, which it isn't all positive, that's for sure, but we're trying to make it through. Hence the reason you guys haven't seen a video in a couple weeks. I actually hurt my knee. I actually just got an MRI on it today, tore my meniscus, and tore some cartilage. My interior cartilage that goes right below your femur bone in between your knee, tibia. So it's femur, the cartilage I tore, meniscus, more cartilage, tibia. So if that helps, I messed it up. And so basically I went to the doctor. This is the doctor's thing. He's like, okay, so the meniscus, not that bad. We can go and scope that, clean it up. I think you'll be okay. The other one, he's like, you got two options. He said, we can go in and kind of clean it up a little bit, see what it looks like, see if there's anything to be done. shoot some stem cell in it, whatever, put it back together, and, you should be good in 6 weeks. Okay, that's option one. He said, but the catch is in 5 years, you're going to have a lot of pain in your knee. And the other option was we go in and we regenerate that cartilage by, putting whatever they put in there. I have no idea. And the recovery time for that's a year. 1 year. I'm like, what? These are the best years of my life. I can't be wasting those down. I'm going to hurt when I get older anyways. Put a new knee on me. So, anyways. I'm probably going to go with the clean-up stem cell route because I want to get back to riding. I know it's not always the smartest thing to go the short route, but here's the thing. There is possibilities that the knee, the stem cell and the PRP treatment and all that stuff can, regenerate slightly, some of that cartilage. And, so anyways, that's that. That's my story. That's where I'm at right now. I got a hurt knee, and I'm kind of bummed, right, because I'm pretty active, and I haven't been able to ride my dirt bike or my mountain bike, or I've been limping around the house. I've got a 2-story house. I'm going up the stairs all sideways and crooked. I got a little baby that's probably wondering why I'm not running around, which he's not running around either, so I guess we're cool. He can't walk, whatever. But anyways, enough about my life and my stories, but that's what's going on behind the scenes right now. So you guys be patient with the video. We're actually going to put a video out. Our next video that we're going to film is going to be our bike giveaway video. We're giving away that YZ125, so we're going to be breaking that thing down and starting to rebuild it. And we'll be putting that out along with, it's suiting for the timing. We're going to be putting a video about how you can still progress, 1, as a human, 2, as a rider, even when you're injured. Because look, we get injured. Look at me. I got injured. It was a very dumb thing, and it wasn't even a bad crash. In fact, I didn't even crash. Just put my foot down weird. And I'm injured. So, we'll talk about what the things are that will help you guys if you do ever get in that situation to keep progressing. 1, keep sane, right? Because us motocross riders and dirt bike riders, we like to be active and things like that. So when we get stuck, our brain starts to kind of wonder what's going on, and that can be kind of depressing and not that fun. So give you guys some tips on how to kind of move through all of that. While we take a quick commercial break, which we're not going anywhere, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, that'd really help us. And then I'm going to try to answer some questions as they come through. They're coming pretty fast, okay? And so I'm going to try to answer them as best I can as fast as they're going through. Okay, Jax Hoover, you got your shout out. You'll be fine, brother. Stay strong. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, everything heals in time. It's just when I was a kid, I wouldn't have really even cared. But now that I'm an adult and I have a little baby that I want to, run around with, that you think twice about those injuries. Okay, so let's answer a few questions. We're about 9 minutes in. We're probably got most of the people that we're gonna have on here. Let's get to answering some questions, and I have never broken a thumb, and get you guys some insight. And if you have any questions about what else is going on around here, we are running a business here, and a lot of things are going on. And I'm selling 2 Sprinter vans, by the way. If anyone needs a Sprinter van, I'm selling 2, and they're real nice. You can go to my Instagram at @tlivacy254 to see them. Okay. I hope you sign up for training soon. Hey, Tyler. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down here closer to me, okay? You're going to be looking at my double chin. Let me pop this up. This will be a lot easier. I can scroll through. And I'm going to tighten this up. It's a little loose. Okay, here we go. So we got John Ruiz here. My son is just getting into racing, and I'm limited in my coaching abilities. What bad habit should I keep an eye on to keep him from adopting? I may have missed something there. I don't know if you're putting him up for adoption if he doesn't do good, but that'd be funny if you said it that way. So, the most common habit is that people sit too much and they stand in the wrong position. Okay, so 90% of the time when you're riding, you're going to want to be stood up. All right, and a lot of times we'll see the knees going forward. We'll see people sitting too much or sitting at the wrong time. Just basically tell your son that if he's going straight or if he's going over jumps and bumps, he needs to be standing. Okay, and then he can sit in the turns and he can work on that. That'll help tremendously, just that piece. Okay. Let's see. Any tips on how to get into racing? Well, I do have tips because we run a how to race program here where we're getting kids ready to race their first race. And what I always tell the riders, and it's not always kids, sometimes adults, is you go to your first race to experience the atmosphere, not the race. You finish the race, you start the race, but you go there to learn, how do you sign up? Where do I park? How do I know when my gate's up or when my race starts? How do I know what the structure of the day is, right? Like, it's your opportunity to go there and take notes because let's face it, no one's going to win their first race unless something crazy happens. So you don't go there with the idea of I'm going to win my first race. You go with the idea that I'm going to learn as much as I can and I'm going to write everything down and remember how that day went. So when I go back, there's not as much anxiety there. Tyler, my Instagram is at @Livesay, which is my last name, Livesay 254, and that's it. Livesay 254. Holler. All you guys on here that aren't following me, follow me. Come on. You want to get into the personal life, it's on there. Okay. When are you bringing the MX Factory to Portland? Man, I'd love to go to Portland. And my wife, we'll call her my wife. I'm sure we'll be married at some point. We're not quite married yet, but we do have a kid. She's been talking about going to Oregon over and over and over and over. So if you can get a group together, send us an email, and we'll make that happen. I'm sure she would. I'm sure she'd be interested in coming with us too. All right. What's your favorite bike of all time? That's a very common question. My favorite bike that I ever rode was a 2011 KX450, and it wasn't because it was the best bike. It was because it was really set up well. It took a lot of time to set it up. What do you do when you first get a dirt bike if you're a beginner? You get some lessons. And if you can't get some lessons, you study our videos. We have a how to ride a dirt bike video. You watch that. You there? Everyone there? Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Okay. So back to what I was saying is you just want to take your time when you go to the beginner race and go there to learn. Don't go there and with the goal of winning or your position that you finish dictate your day because it's just totally unrealistic. Taylor says, hello, keep to it. I want you to know you have helped me and my lady progress in our riding. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. We truly appreciate it. And if you come to California, we will be joining a camp. We are going to come to California, 100%. Trying to figure all the dates out for that. We're traveling a bunch in 2020. So every time I get on here, I want to remind you guys of that because I want to come see you guys. Obviously, you guys are the supporters. You guys are the ones that are always here watching our videos and commenting and doing all the stuff that kind of keep us wanting to do this. So we want to see you guys first and foremost before anyone. So, if you do believe, we obviously have to make money. We got families to feed. But if you do believe that you can get a group together or you can at least connect me with a track where the track can help do some of the promotions along with our side to actually get a decent group together, send us an email. We're always up for trying. Right? And a lot of times, a lot of places don't have coaching like we do here. And so people are eager to ride and get coached, even if it's your friends that don't even know us. When they hear that there's a coach in town, they kind of, grab on because there's not a lot of access. So we're interested in coming to those towns and getting people to ride safely, good technique, and eventually faster. So you always can send us an email, and the email's on our website. We can come anywhere, Bass Pro. We can really go anywhere. If you ever come to Riverdale Raceway in Toutle, Washington, I will come to it. Thanks, Jax. Steve, you have an 09 450, so tough to kickstart. Your valves are likely out of adjustment. Try to get your valves adjusted and take it to a mechanic and see what they have to say. Travison. Biggest fan. My son and I are your biggest fan, trying to get better and stay safe. Thanks, man. We appreciate that. That's what keeps us going. Forrest, what should you get as a beginner bike? I'm 5'10", 160 pounds. You could go with like a 230 of sorts, like a 230 KLX 230, CRF 230, TTR 230. They're all good bikes. All right. Anyone you would suggest to properly redo my WP air forks on the 17 KTM 450? Yeah, the guy that we use here in town, his name is Doc Cotton. He owns 812 Suspension. He's probably the best tech that I've ever met in my life, and I've met all of them. Ever put a Bills pipe on your bikes? Nope, never a Bills. I've had FMF and Pro Circuit, and they're both about the same if I had to, put a blanket over them. How far is the moon? I don't know. But I know the sun is 3.1 million times the size of the Earth. So, how's that for an answer? Or maybe it's 1.3. I don't know. Google it. All right. Is a 4-stroke easier for a beginner than a 2-stroke? Yes, I do believe so. I always like trail bikes for your first bike, though, or for a beginner. Trail bikes. You don't need the fast 4-strokes. Those are just as wild. They just are wild in a different way. Tyler, I can get a group of 13 or better together. Okay, wherever you're at, let me know and let's make it happen. Are you up north, Tyler? Or are you, where are you? I need to fix another clutch. Okay, let me scroll through here. Is Jason moving? I thought I heard that on the other video. Yeah, he's moving to Colorado. So Jason's got a van that he's building out too. So he's going to have a little travel van. So the plan is for him to come down here and we shoot for a week. And then he goes home for a couple weeks and edits. If we shoot for a week, we can build a bunch of, or we can at least shoot a bunch of videos. And it takes him a long time to build them. So, Jax, if you can get 15 together, send me an email. Yeah, so the answer is he is moving, but we're still working together on all of this. We may have another shooter down here that sends him footage and he edits it. We'll see. All right. Should a beginner learn on a recluse auto clutch or stick to a standard? I think you stick to a standard. The reason for that is you want to at least know how to do it, right? And then once you know, you can move to the recluse if you want. But what happens if your recluse breaks or you get a new bike and it doesn't have it on there, you don't know how to use it, and it kind of stops you from progressing? I think you learn how to use the regular one first. Will a softer suspension help with handling in turns? I mean, yes and no. It really depends on the track and the turn. Softer suspension is going to let the bike get a little lower to the ground, so your center of gravity will be a little lower. And it'll help soak up the square edge bumps a little bit better. So if you have those, it'll help. But if it's more of a sandy, you like it a little stiffer, okay, because it kind of stays on top of the sand, doesn't sink down in, doesn't put a bunch of weight into the dirt. If that answers your question. I just got my first bike, KLX 300. What should I be learning to do first? We should learn how to let the clutch out and ride and use your brakes first. Let the clutch out very slow. Do that over and over. Ride slow, get it up to second or third gear, learn how to shift to second or third gear, and then make sure you learn how to use your back brake first, then your front. What's the correct way to say brop? Brop. I don't know. Was that it? You tell me. I don't know. Connor Stout says, I'm 5'6", 115 pounds. I have a CR F150R. I am growing out of it. Should I move to a 250? Well, it really depends on a lot of things. If you don't like riding two-strokes, then the answer is probably yes. If you're not racing in a series where the two-stroke is needed, call it a 125 youth class or something like that, then the answer is probably yes. It'd be nice if you put on a little muscle. If you're 5'6", 115, you're probably a little skinny. And not to hurt anyone's feelings, but just like Cianciarillo had to be held back for a while to be on the 250 because he was so little. That was mainly a strength thing. If that thing gets out of shape, you have to be able to manhandle it sometimes. All right. Let's see. I've got a KX65. What should I do? This is from Elite Thunder 1224. You should ride it, man. Ride that KX5 like you stole it. Just kidding. Take it slow. Get some technique. Got my dirt bike a few months ago, but I'm embarrassed to go to the track. Where would be the best place to practice? Just find you an open field, John. Big John 22. The track's probably not a great place for you just yet. And the reason for that is it's a fairly aggressive place, In most tracks, I will say, I'm going to lift this thing up so it's not so underneath I'm going to put this up a little bit if it'll fit on here. There we go. There we go. The reason for that is when you go to the tracks, there's usually not a lot of flaggers there, not a lot of organization, so if you don't have the experience, it can be a little more dangerous. But what I will say is that you've got to make sure that you're comfortable, really comfortable riding before you go on jumps, before you go on obstacles, before you do any of that with riders around you. So make sure you just go out and ride in the field and practice some of our drills that we have in these videos. I think they will really be helpful if you put the time in on them. And you'll know when you're feeling comfortable. You really will. You really will know when you're feeling comfortable. So take the time. And don't be embarrassed. Everyone started. We all were bad at one point, including myself. Okay, let's see. Love all the videos. You're an awesome teacher. Keep posting and get better soon. Thanks, Michael. What are your thoughts on the 2020 KTM 350 SXF? I think it's a great bike. I think it's a really fun bike. I rode one, actually. I think they're awesome. Do you ride on on toes or arch of your foot? Are you asking if I do or if you're supposed to? You should ride on the ball of your foot, which is right in between the arch and your toes. And one of my bad habits is letting my foot fade back to the arch. When I'm standing, it's most of the time in the right spot. When I sit, I have a hard time getting in the perfect spot. Can you do a how-to for sandy corners, please? Yes, I can. Let me get this knee healed up, and I got the perfect place for it. Do you need a neck brace for going really fast? It's all personal preference, my man or woman. Let's see. You got it, Big John. Ghosted Gamer. What's the difference between the F and the X? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you could explain a little more. Can you do a how-to video for sandy corners? Yep, we're going to do that. Heath Samsel. I'm just going to pick questions that is going to help everyone, okay? So Heath Samsel says, I keep cross-routing big doubles out of turns. Any ideas? Yep, I got a couple ideas. So when the jump's coming right out of the turn, a lot of times people are still turning when they don't think they are, right? So if you're leaning coming out of a turn, the jump's right there. A lot of times you're still leaning a little bit at the jump. And it takes a very experienced rider to be able to lean off the jump and correct the bike in the air and make it go straight. So one, make sure that you're not leaning. Two, a good tip that really helps is that if you look at the jump face and spot your rut earlier, so if you're in the middle of the turn, okay, we're in the middle of the turn, we're turning, you look out to the jump face and let the bike follow where your eyes are going, okay? And then that gives your brain time to say, okay, this rut's good, this rut's not bad, and also it gives you time to straighten the bike up. Okay, that's a couple tips there. All right, let me scroll back up here. Okay, Sherry Hendershot. What I do when it's windy and there's big jumps. You take it to the house, Sherry. You take it to the house, okay? And the reason I say that is because unless you're racing and it's real important, there's no sense in going out there and forcing yourself to jump jumps when you don't know what's going to happen, right? You don't know if the wind's going to be 10 miles per hour or 40 miles per hour. It's not your choice, so why take the chance, right? I can promise you that clearing the double isn't worth being in the hospital and then being injured for 4 to 6 months. Who knows? So just, take it easy on those days. Ride the turns. How do you go straight through the ruts? Look ahead on the throttle. Look ahead on the throttle. That's the two that are kind of the blanket statements that's going to make you go as straight as possible through those ruts. I'm 5'10", 140 pounds. Would the YZ250 be too much bike? 5'10". The answer is no, as long as you're riding it correctly. If you can get away with it if you're riding the bike correctly, it's when you start to have bad form and bad posture that the bike starts to ride you, and then you need some muscle to kind of it's hard to, I don't want to word this the wrong way because we're so technique driven. I don't want to make you guys think that you can muscle the bike, but there are some scenarios where you can muscle the bike. Okay, there's some scenarios where you can muscle the bike to get it back underneath you, or where you need to muscle the bike. So just work on maybe putting on 10 pounds of muscle. That'd be sweet. Okay, let's see. Any recommendations for keeping your toes in while riding? Tyson Parliament? I don't know how you say that. But any recommendations on keeping your toes in while riding? The first recommendation is going to be understanding that naturally a lot of people are like duck-footed is what we call it, right? So their feet want to turn out even when they walk, even when they're just standing, even when they do everything, right? Like their feet are just turned out. And some people are built that way. So for those people, this is even more difficult of a task, right? But what I do when I practice is I just go ride turns. I keep my feet on the pegs the whole time, and I keep my feet in the perfect position. And all I think about is moving my feet to the brake and back to the peg, to the shifter, and then back to the peg, like this, okay? Boom, boom. Most people go boom, turn it out, boom, turn it out. Okay, so you just got to slow down so you can think about it. You can learn anything if you think about it. Okay. Let's see. I'm 5'6", 145. Would it be fine if I got a 250? You could grow into it. I don't think it's necessarily about bike size as much as it is about how you ride the bike. You've got to ride the bike well. All right, let me go down to the bottom here, see if there's any good stuff. When are you coming down to Florida, man? Austin Moon. Where you live, Austin? I was thinking about doing a camp either at Dade City or Tampa MX. Let me know if you're close to either of those and you can get some buddies together. Any advice on getting better shifts with boots on? I just started riding with boots and it's a little difficult for me. Maybe you can move your shift lever up a little bit to give yourself some room to get underneath it. I would try that. What about when there's rollers in the corners? Do I lift my front tire and tap the tops? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, there's going to be some times where you have to let it drop down in there, but the fast way around is going to be tapping and lifting, just as you've seen on any pro sand circuit. Do I stand enough, and should you hit a jump from right, left, or middle? There's no one way to hit a jump, right? The variables that you're looking for there, Garrett, is how the jump face is. So, for instance, when you guys come out here and you ride the outside track and that one jump that's right out of the turn, it's got a big groove cut out in the middle. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If I didn't want to jump that and I wanted to stay low, I'd ride that groove. If I wanted to get some air and jump all the way to the bottom, I'd either jump to the left or maybe to the right. Right, so it's really about how the jump face is structured and your goal. If there's a lot of ruts and there's a smooth line on the left, then you jump it on the left. Okay, so it's really about jump face. Is it normal to feel more comfortable seat bouncing a small jump versus standing properly in the attack position? I have a hard time trying to get myself to stand when jumping. Any tips? Taylor, yes, that's a good question. So the reason that you feel comfortable seat bouncing is because you aren't in balance with the bike when you're standing. Okay, so if you're not in balance with the bike, you feel like the bike's either moving away from you or you're going over the front of it, right? So when you're sitting, you're attached to the bike with your butt, and it's basically pulling you along, so you feel way more stable because you're now moving one with the bike. And when you're standing, the only way that you move one with the bike would be to be in proper standing position and balanced with your power and with your brakes. And we explain that balance and power and brakes with a couple of our videos you can track back on. I think maybe how to brake video would be a good video to watch to get the details on that. Or how to jump video would be good too. All right. Let's see here. Let me go back up. Just what would you rate Cycle Wrench? Cycle Wrench is like a 9 out of a 10. It's awesome. Have you ever been to Canyon Max? No, I have not. Can I wheelie on a CRF-150? Yes. I do not know how to go through a turn while giving it throttle. Well, you should only give it throttle really the second half of the turn anyway. The first half is for you to be able to get the bike leaned over and initiate the turn. So second half throttle. Try that. The giveaway are these goggles right here. These Klein Viper goggles. If you become a patron tonight, you're in the drawing. I'm assuming maybe 1 or 2. So it'll be like you got a 50-50 shot. You go to patreon.com/themxfactory. You sign up there. It's going to take your email and a little bit of information on a credit card. So if you don't have a credit card, you're probably going to get in on that, right? Okay? And you can sign up for the $1 tier, so you don't have to pay $1 to get in on this giveaway. Also, I'm just going to pick a random person from on here and do a t-shirt giveaway. So, tips for new racers. Tips for new racers. Levi, you're going to have to go back and watch this video because someone else asked that question, and I gave a pretty good, long, extensive talk on it. So after I upload this, which will be here in the next 10 minutes or so, you can go back and check it out. It's probably around 7 to 10 minutes in, somewhere in there. Do you prefer a Husky or KTM? You, SVBL. I don't have a preference. I think they're both great. Come to Thornwood MX in upstate New York. Like I said before, guys, if you want me to come and teach, or you want us, me and Cody, maybe Jason, to come coach a camp, and you think you can pull the contacts together for the track, and also if you have a couple buddies that would want to join so we can guarantee that the trip is worthwhile, I'm totally into it. We're going to do a lot of that next year, so we're kind of trying to get a list together so we can build out camp dates and locations so we can start promoting the camps and filling them up now. So if you want to, just shoot us an email. Our email, if you don't know our email is on our website, and that's themxfactory.com. And yeah, another thing is I figured out how I'm going to do my t-shirt giveaway. So this is what it is. This will get me some followers on Instagram, because you know everyone wants followers on Instagram. I write my Instagram handle, and you guys are going to go follow me and the MX Factory, and comment on one of the pictures/videos. I don't know why I put the MX shirt. Just comment #free shirt. #free shirt. If you already follow me, you can just comment #free shirt, and I'll pick it. T Livesey 254. That's a Y. That's an A. That's an S. That's an E. That's a V. That's an I. That's an L. And then the MX Factory. Go follow them, guys. We need to get our games tight. We need to get our Instagram. You know, we do a bunch of videos and stuff on our the MX Factory. And I do a bunch of like personal recorded videos like that on my page, plus cool pictures and stuff. You guys go follow. I think you'll like the other accounts too. All right, let's answer a couple more questions. Dang, we're only at 68 likes. Let's see if we can get this thing up over 100 likes before we get off this video. Every time we do, I don't want to get off here if we don't. We're going to get it over 100 likes. So if you haven't liked this, go ahead and hit that like button for me. All right. Let's answer a couple more. When learning how to whip, do I find a jump with a lot of airtime or a more rolled over one? Ooh, man. Catch 22, right? It's like, do you want to be a little closer to the ground? And maybe if you are sideways, oh, we got the free shirt thing rolling in. Okay, that's happening. You can bring it back. Or do you want to be up in the air where you have time to actually bring it back? Whew, I think the booter. I think the more time you have, the better. You got to have more time to get the bike back underneath you, so I always prefer steeper jumps. Just me, guys, just me. Cool. I can see that you guys are doing the free shirt hashtags and the follows. That's great. We're going to start doing that more often. Do you ever plan to come to Illinois? I will go anywhere. I will literally go anywhere as long as there's a group there to teach. You know, my love is to teach. My love is to make people safe on two wheels. If there's a group in front of me, I'll talk to them, as you can see. Ghosted Gamer. Yeah, there definitely is a technique to riding hardpack, and that's going to be just learning really good throttle control and carrying your momentum around the track rather than having to get on the gas real hard to gain speed. You know, you don't necessarily want to slow down as much. Just keep momentum. All right. Thanks for all you guys that went and followed our Instagram accounts. I think you'll like the content on there. If you don't, you can feel free to unfollow. I don't want to ruin anyone's day. I tend to ride high in a rut and climb out of the rut. What would help the most with technique? I have seen the video on the subject already. Any advice? You have to lean earlier. Okay? There's two things that make you go at the top of the rut. Well, really three. Improper body position, which I don't know where you're at. But two is going to be not leaning the bike over enough and hitting the gas too early. So the key to a rut is executing those two in perfect timing. Okay, so enough lean and getting on the gas in order to keep yourself upright, right? Or keep yourself from falling over. Because if you're leaned over here and you don't get on the gas, to the ground you go. So it's learning that, and that's a lot of trial and error. Okay, you're going to find a rut, lean it over, hit the gas. If you go out of the top of it, you hit the gas too hard and too early. If you fall to the inside or you're finding yourself dabbing your foot on the ground, then you know you didn't get on the gas hard enough or you may have leaned too hard. There you go. That's the tip on the ruts. All right, we're going to 40 minutes, so we got a minute and a half left. So it's your last chance to go comment free shirt on our Instagram if you're going to do that. For the goggles, you got to go to Patreon and sign up. So let me write that real quick. Patreon.com. At the end of the video. What am I doing? Should have been at the beginning. The MX Factory. Patreon.com. See that? Boom. There you go. There you go. Okay, we're done. Okay, let's see. Let's answer two more good questions. What's your opinion on Ronnie Mack? He teaches little kids in Illinois how to ride. Well, I think Jimmy Albertson's a good guy, and that's Ronnie Mack, so... I don't want to expose Ronnie Mack, but I think most people know that it's Jimmy Albertson, and he's a great rider, really fast. So I'm sure that he could actually, if he was being serious, right, he could teach someone the proper way to do it. Let's see. Happy birthday, Jax Hoover. Skim the whoops or jump through them, Kelsey asked. Skim in the beginning of the race, jump the second half of the race after they get all beat up and broke down. All right, so we're at 40 minutes. Before you go, hit the like button, see if you can get that 87 up there to 100. I don't want to get off here until it goes to 100, but it probably is time that we should get off pretty soon. Idea what just happened. I have no idea where we went there. We're at 88. Come on, 12 more. 91. Final countdown. 92. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Come on. Can I get a 93? There's a 93. Can I get a 94? Come on, 94, 94. Can I get a 94? Come on, 94, 94, 94, 94. Come on, and 94, 94, 94, 95, 95, 95. Come on, can I get a 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95. Come on, 95. Okay, I'm annoying. Sorry, and we may not get to it today. Can you whip with a beer in your hand? I don't know. Never tried it. 5 more likes. Come on, people. Come on, Stella. Come on, like it. Come on, Jax. Come on, Taylor. You guys can do it. Come on. Friday film review. 101! Sorry about the loudness. Friday film review is not bad. We were thinking about, Taylor, tell me what you think about this. Putting a camera on and doing a voiceover as I'm riding. So going and riding random tracks and just talking about the tracks. Maybe even doing it during a public practice so I can hop in behind some people and show what they're doing. Let me know. I wouldn't mind do that and get my knee fixed. I can ride a little bit. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. You guys like that? You're the man, Peter. Thanks for that. Okay, Daniel, you got it. That's what we'll do. We'll do that. We're going to do bike breakdown videos on Fridays, but we are going to start doing voiceovers because I think that's really cool. One of the channels that I really enjoy watching is Seth's Bike Hacks, and all his channels are voiced over. It's pretty cool. All right, guys. I'm peacing out. Thank you for joining again. It's time to go to bed. It's like 9 o'clock here. You guys should probably go to bed too, especially if you got to go to school tomorrow. Do good in school. If you're out of school, be a good adult and be nice to people. And thanks for riding 2 wheels and supporting us. Peace.